All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. I know if you aren't able to join, these are recorded and they're put on our YouTube channel, so you can watch them later if need be. Good news: this will be a quick meeting. Two reasons: one, we haven't had many injuries since our last meeting, and two, because I'm parked somewhere I probably shouldn't be parked and need to not be here for a long time. So since our last meeting, which was the quarterly meeting, we've only had one injury reported, and that was one that we've seen a little too often this year. It was a wire hitting somebody in the eye, going behind the glasses and stabbing somebody right in the eyeball. We've seen that a handful of times this year. Almost every one of them avoidable as well, which could have been side shields, wearing the glasses themselves, switching to glasses, or using a face shield, or switching to goggles rather, using a face shield. It's small things like that that people don't generally think of, and every one of them have been overhead wiring. Ways to avoid that is either get up higher and do stuff close to your chest height, or grab the appropriate PPE. Some of those things do come out of nowhere and do get behind the glasses, but we do have options: side shields, goggles, face shields. We've probably said it at almost every meeting since the beginning of this year, and it has happened frequently. It's definitely a trend. Speaking of which, as well, we've had 26 injuries this year, and a handful of them, I believe it's 5, have been foreman or general foreman. Not that that's a bad stat or anything like that. Just take care of yourselves as well. I know you spend a lot of time worrying about the guys and looking out for them and setting them up for success, but take care of yourself as well, especially if you're doing something that nobody else is around to help you with. Don't go crazy with it. Foreman and general foreman still get hurt as well. Some of them have been lost work injuries this year, so keep an eye on that for yourself as well. A few new things that have came up this summer that are new for me anyways, probably not new for you guys, but radio frequency, working around antennas on roofs. I don't have much experience with that. We've had to rely on other foremen, PM, superintendents that have dealt with it in the past. If you're working on a roof and you see signs at the door that say caution antennas, caution radio frequency, it's a lot worse than it looks. They're normally just very small placards, but those can do some serious damage, whether it could be within 30 minutes or if you're exposed to it for months at a time. They can cook you from the inside out like radio frequency. If you find yourself working on a roof and see the antennas all over the place, call me or call building maintenance. Normally, if it's a pre-existing building, we'll have some sort of information on those, but not all of them. So give me a call if you run into that, because working around those for a long time can lead to some serious injuries, or things that will come up down the line, 20, 30 years from now. Another injury we've had in the past month or two was one that I haven't seen before since I've been at Sully Mac, but it was working around one of those blue UV lights in a hospital, ones that keep the bugs away or attract bugs, and bug zapper light. If you're working around those for like an extended period of time, 8 hours, they are like a tanning bed. You will get burnt. We did have 3 people get their eyes burnt and their skin burnt as well from working around one of those for a long period of time. Easy way to avoid that: turn them off, unplug them, or cover them up, whatever you can do. But it's something no one would really think of if you're working around them, to stop and unplug one of those or turn it off. But it did lead to some serious injuries in people's eyes, with just as if they were looking at a welding arc. They got arc flash or arc burn on their eyes. Could have been a lot worse. Luckily, they were able to just get their eyes flushed and rehydrate, and they were good to go. But food for thought: if you do find yourself around those, maybe unplug them, turn them off. They're not life safety or critical. I'm pretty sure no one will mind if you turn them off for a little while. One last thing too here, and it's something we say very frequently, and it's good for you guys, good for the PMs as well. We do have PPE that is needed stocked in Stoughton in the warehouse, readily available to be sent out. If there's something specific you need for your job, feel free to order it. But we do have this stuff in stock already that we can send right out on gray bar trucks, gloves, glasses, hard hats, whatever it may be. So take advantage of that. It's already accounted for and ready to go. If there is something specific that you need for your job that's in the contract, you can also give me a call, and I can work with our vendors to get them stocked in-house as well for you, and probably get a better rate So keep note of that. Give me a call. If anybody needs anything as well, give me a shout. And if you don't have Gary Doyle's information, I can send out I believe I've sent out an email with his information when we first hired him. If not, I can send out another one. So you guys have his phone number as well. He is part-time. So he might not answer the phone 5 days a week, but you can always reach out to him as well to come to your job site. That's really all I have this month. Our next meeting is, I believe, one of the quarterly meetings in, September 26th. No, that's a lie. Our next one is August 29th at 9:00, and it's another Foreman safety meeting. The one following that is the end of September, which will be a quarterly meeting at lunch. And those ones are a little bit longer. Sorry I don't have much for you guys this month, but that's normally a good thing. We haven't had a crazy amount of injuries since our last meeting, which is great. We're going to finish out the year strong. If anybody needs anything, give me a shout. Otherwise, have a good rest of your week, and hope you're beating the heat. Take care.